Hey EXPs, welcome to Atlanta. If you guys haven't already guessed, Atlanta will be hosting one of the biggest events of the year, Super Bowl 53. And you know what that means, the opportunity to execute events with some of your favorite brands and interact with consumers from all around the world. So make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button to receive future videos, and stay tuned because I'm going to provide you with some tips you can implement to be prepared for this year's Super Bowl. Hey EXPs, as promised, here are your top 3 tips to prepare for Super Bowl 53 here in Atlanta. Starting with tip number 1, safety. Now that we're talking about safety, I'm going to bring in my co-partner, my tour buddy, none other than my hubby, Jae Davis.
All right, so I'm here to save the day again. All right, so we already talked about Super Bowl 53, and one of the top things that we need to recognize as far as being safety here is always understanding and knowing your surroundings. So some things to be mindful of when you're around some landmarks you may see around. Just make sure you take a picture in your mind.
And some can include hotels, any major statues in the downtown area or any surrounding areas. We have a big Ferris wheel, Centennial Olympic Park. If you'll be taking an Uber, Lyft, if you'll be going to different venues, just take a minute, get out your phones, and take a mental note of where you are going and use those landmarks.
So landmarks are important not only for you knowing where to go about the city itself, but also just in case of emergency should happen, you want to be safety and be cognizant of your surroundings. And let's just say, find a landmark of some sort, hotel, a venue, a club, anything that you can recall. Just remember those spots in just case of emergency situation. So those are one of the things you need to be aware of too as well.
Also, with safety, what may seem like common sense is not really common to a lot of people. So take a few minutes before you head out for your event to place the address in the GPS.
Drop a pin of where you at, right? Drop a pin right then and there where you at exactly, especially if you stay in an Airbnb or you stay in a hotel or wherever you may be staying. Just drop a pin right there. So again, you know where you need to where you are to get back to your destination, and also when you're going to your destination. So,
and this will also assist you if you are unfamiliar with Atlanta, if you're traveling here as an EXP and it's your first time in the city and you may not know a lot of the back roads. Taking just a few minutes to put that address in prior to your Uber or Lyft coming will ensure that you are aware of where you're going and you have some idea as to the vicinity or the different landmarks in that area. So taking those mental notes are also important. With safety, we also have to remember to travel with at least 2 or 3 friends or EXPs. We all want to turn up. We all want to have a good time during this Super Bowl season, but you always have to remember to remain safe.
Just as Super Bowl committee they plan, the safety committee they plan, events and marketing events they plan, criminals plan too as well. So just I'm being truthful.
And this is coming from a former Atlanta Police Department officer, so he knows.
So just as everyone plans accordingly, criminals out there, they are planning to get those visitors who come in the town. And yes, it's going to be high security, but all security can't
take care of the
influx of people at one time. So just be mindful and make sure you're traveling those groups with 2 or more people for security purposes for yourself too as well. This is not just for females, this is also for males too as well. And it doesn't matter, they probably say, because you black or you may be a different race, you don't have to worry about it. No, anybody is a target.
Criminals don't discriminate.
No, everybody is a target for this type of event. So just be mindful in your head and be always aware of your surroundings and attentive, and just stay in your groups 2 or more.
Second tip, use public transportation. They've been talking about it on the news at least for a month now, that a lot of the roads and a lot of the areas adjacent and around the Mercedes-Benz Dome will be closing. So it's important that you take public transportation. We have the MARTA train system. We also have the Atlanta streetcar, which only goes within a 2-mile radius of downtown Atlanta.
So with the Atlanta streetcar, just remember that it stays in the vicinity of downtown in the heart to Centennial Park area, also in a little smaller club district too as well. But it's only a 2.7-mile radius. It doesn't take you to Buckhead, to Midtown. Just again, it takes you in the vicinity of Centennial Olympic Park, by the MLK
and the major
Center,
attractions
and major attractions within that heart of downtown area, and that's it. So just be mindful of the Atlanta streetcar. So that's what it take you. But you can have the little e-scooters. So you can take little e-scooters. E-scooters are taking over each and every city. So
they have invaded Atlanta in like influx. I mean, just crazy. We were downtown today and we saw so many people on those e-scooters using them. So if you are in an area where birds or limes will be present, go ahead and hop on one and use it to get to your event. But use public transportation when you can, because a lot of the roads will be closed for Super Bowl. And that also brings up another keynote: parking. The NFL and a lot of the different sponsors have already secured a lot of the parking decks around the dome, as well as the areas adjacent to a lot of the venues. So parking is going to be extremely expensive. So whenever you can, use Uber, use Lyft, and use public transportation.
Also, if you do find parking, it may be suspicious parking,
or maybe miles away.
Yeah, it may be some kind of suspicious parking areas too, because sometimes you have empty lots around there. They may be there. They're going to charge you to park. It may be safe for you to park at the beginning. They tell you it's okay for you to park, but also they may leave later, so your car may not be secure the entire time throughout the event. So again, they may be there at the beginning of the event, but when you come back, there's no one securing your the parking area. So just be mindful of that too, with the parking. Again, to eliminate all that, don't even drive. Use public transportation or use Tom and Jerry. And Tom and Jerry, those 2 feet, if you don't know about that.
Also, the boot man and the tow companies in Atlanta, A-Tow, will be everywhere. So just if you are parking in parking lots, make sure they are secure. Make sure an attendant is there and will be present the whole time, because I've had instances where I saw a parking attendant. He told me, "Oh, my car will be fine." And when I got back, my car wasn't there because it had been towed by A-Tow. And believe me, if you guys are executing events in downtown Atlanta, in order to get your vehicle back from the towing company, it can be a hassle. So just make sure, please, you read all the signs. If it seems suspicious, if it doesn't seem like a good area to park, don't do it, because chances are you will be booted and or towed.
Just like everyone is making a bonus during the Super Bowl, A-Tow, they're out there making a bonus too.
And the boot people.
And the boot man. The boot man will be out there booting up left and right too as well.
So just be mindful of that. And our last tip is to plan for the unexpected. Living in Atlanta, we have bipolar weather. There are times where we experience all 4 seasons in one day. Yes, sounds crazy, but it does happen. So if you will be executing events outside, make sure you bring your rain jackets, your rain boots, you bring enough jackets, you bring your scarves, you bring your hats, everything that you'll need to prepare and to ensure that you are all layered up and you are able to stay warm while executing your event.
Due to the high security area of the downtown area, there are going to be limited access points too around that downtown area. So you just have to be mindful of that. Even with bringing those rain jackets, just bring a clear bag if it's possible, because you may have a rain jacket. Just bring, if it's possible, a clear type of rain jacket of some sort, or a clear bag to keep with you on your purses.
Belongings.
Yes, because again, they're going to be perimeters around that. They are shut down. It's going to be high security checkpoints, and also within the downtown radius of downtown, just be mindful too. The Wi-Fi, and also the data system, it may start to slow down. Again, security purposes too as well. So just be mindful that if you're at the hotel at the time, I would suggest you to go ahead and lock in where your destinations are, where you're going to, because when you out in the event area, the
with
data
the
may
influx
slow
of
down.
people.
Influx of people at one area.
And with those checkpoints, it's also important to be aware of the different Uber and Lyft pickup areas. You know, usually when we have events at the Dome or at the State Farm Arena. The Uber and Lyft areas are clearly designated. However, with the different checkpoints and the different road closures, those areas and locations may be changing. So make sure you are aware of that and you are able to plan to have to walk a couple more miles or a couple more blocks to get to those destinations. So if you'll be executing events, as we always say, being early is on time and being on time is considered late. So make sure that you plan your route accordingly. Plan for traffic. We already have bad traffic here in Atlanta.
Yes,
with the influx of people. We're expecting over 100,000 people just in the next week and a half alone. Make sure you plan your traffic routes accordingly. Check before you leave your hotel at least 30 to 45 minutes prior so that you can make sure that you are on time and you're there to execute your event. And lastly, have fun in moderation. Yes, Super Bowl only comes around once a year. There are so many different festivities that also occur in conjunction with the actual game, all the concerts, all the parties, all the club events, all the opportunities to turn up. Yes, we all want to have a good time and enjoy the festivities, but you also have to make sure that you are responsible. So have fun in moderation.
And make sure you don't come there to the event hungover and just feeling down due to the late night. Again, you having partying it up and drinking it up and doing whatever you guys usually do when you guys party. But just make sure you're just aware mentally of what you have to do as far as your event the next day or or doing your event at that time. So make sure that you being mindful of what you're here to do, and you say to execute
your event and to bring those 3 P's as I talk about in my book, that you maintain a great personality, that you are presentable, and that you will maintain a high level of professionalism. So have fun, but have fun in moderation. Yes. We were all hired, we'll be working as well to execute events by either an experiential marketing or staffing agency. So just keep that in mind and make sure that you're always there. You're ready to engage with and interact with different consumers and kids. A lot of people are going to be coming from across the country and all over the world to just enjoy the Super Bowl. So have a good time, have fun at your events, be on time for your events, but do so in moderation and make sure that you don't forget the overall reason and goal as to why you are there in the first place. So thank you, T, for helping me out for this very special Super Bowl video that we made today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, give me a like. If you, how do you guys prepare for Super Bowl 53 or any major events? Go ahead in the comments below, leave me your feedback and let me know how you prepare for events such as these.
And not only leaving your feedback on the Super Bowl 53, but also give Jae a comment on what she can bring to the table for you guys in future videos that she's preparing for EXP's Elite and also Jae Experience page. So make sure in the comment section you just give us some notes of what you would like to hear from her or what you would like to know about the industry. So, and again, we appreciate Jae for taking on this big project and just bringing the experiential marketing to the next level and trying to assist with everybody and understanding that everyone can achieve in the experiential marketing field and your dreams and goals can be achieved through this avenue of marketing too as well.
Also hit that notification button to receive notes as to when I'll be creating my next video. I'll be making these videos every week for you guys to provide you with insight, knowledge, and feedback as to how you can progress as an EXP within the experiential marketing industry.
And don't forget to purchase your copy of You Do What. It's out right now. It's in, you can go on Jae page. Jae, what's your page?
JaeDavis.media.
All right, JaeDavis.media, and purchase your copy of You Do What. That way you can be abreast on the industry itself, how to get in the industry, how to jump to the next level in industry, and that's all I have to say.
All right, guys, enjoy Super Bowl 53, have fun, and make sure be responsible. Later.